That's right. If y'all read the post, yes, once again, we got Kendra G crashing out on the men again. All up in her feelings and emotions about men leaving negative comments on her channel. But apparently, she disregards all the women leaving negative comments on her channel. All because the guests that she puts on her show, nobody is interested in. But no, she doesn't want to go. She doesn't address both men and women leaving negative comments. She only feels comfortable going after the men, in which I see why everybody's now looking at Kendra G as a man hater. And it's not just the comments either. From what I gathered, even the guests on her show, she treats differently. And yes, ain't no use lying. They do got men out here with unrealistic expectations. She has no problem calling that shit out. But when women have unrealistic expectations, her energy changes. She don't have that same energy when women do it. Now she wants to jump on camera and trying to shame single men who leave negative comments on her channel, despite the fact that Kendra G is this matchmaker who is single by choice, and which let's be upfront and real, call a ball and a strike. Nobody's taken seriously. And as I say before, who in their right mind wants to take advice from someone who can't lead by example? And then you have Kendra G. No introduction required. Y'all see the title of the video. And let me give shout outs to both MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, as well as O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm gonna leave both links to their full videos in the comment section. Go check them out. But since Kendra G wants to come after the men, it's only fair for us men to clap right back on her. Let's get this started, shall we?
Apparently, Kendra G has had yet another insane rant, another crash out, specifically for the comments down up in her comment section. I can only assume that this is also meant for the commentators. Shout out to my brother, O'Shea Duke Jackson. He just covered this story on a Celebrity Junk channel. So I want to take a look at the content and diagnose. Let's get active on this one. Without further ado.
And Kendra G, I mean, you have her content that you see that's on the dating show forum and all of that. But I came across one particular clip, and it was a clip in which she was making an address to some of the men in her comment section. Now, it is safe to say that Kendra G's show, the bulk of her opportunity and her money comes from Black people, the Black community. I mean, of course, you'll have your white people here coming there too, but it's not common, all right? So I want to basically play that clip, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Such a beautiful day in Chicago. But first, I have a PSA.
6 types of men who are negative in the comments section. Oh, this is going to be good. Let's hear what Kendra G has to say.
Announcement for all the negative men in my comment section. Baby, do you realize how much you embarrass yourself? Let me tell you something. Happy men who got the woman of their dreams, they don't spend all day in my comment section hating on women. No.
Then that will defeat, well, Kendra G, that will defeat the purpose of them even coming on your show if they already have women. Remember, Kendra G, those are the men you need. Those are the men you need to go on dates with your guest. So why would a man who's already in a relationship, already married, be on a matchmaking YouTube video such as yours? And yeah, Kendra G, we also going to point out your hypocrisy because you want to clown men who are single, But aren't you, Kendra G, single by choice? But yet you're a matchmaker? Ain't that the pot calling? Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Biggity black. Let's continue.
They thriving in life. So if you are negative and you're a male in my comment section, you fall into one of these 6 categories.
First off, is she gonna create one of these for women? Because there's negative men in your comment section, but there's also negative women in your comment section.
And that's a fact. She has both negative men and women in her comment section, but she only feels comfortable going after the men leaving negative comments. And believe me, fellas, the women being negative in her comments say the most nastiest shit about Kendra G. But notice, she don't got smoke for them. Why? Because she's afraid. She's afraid to go after those women leaving negative comments. And Uncle JD will tell you why. When it comes to Kendra G, the vast majority of her supporters are the women. No shit. So Kendra G has to tiptoe her way around the comments, because Lord knows if she goes after the women the same about negative comments the same way she goes after the men, she will lose support. If she loses support, she loses money. And because of this is why she only feels comfortable addressing the men about this same issue. The women are also doing her comments as well. And she wonders why men look at her as a man hater. Let's continue.
What's interesting about that is that the comments are usually not gender divided, meaning that the men making a comment, you can find a woman making the exact same comment. And that's because they recognize the bullshit. But often what they'll do is that they'll take your criticism and just call you a hater, even though your criticisms can be ultra legitimate. Let's go.
Number 1, you're single and unhappy. Single men judging women for being single. Now that is some funny shit.
Apparently she also don't hear herself talk. Because Kendra G don't have a man. Kendra G is damn near pushing 50, and she don't even have a man in her life neither. She's single like everyone else. And she's being judged. And let's be honest here, as one of her male guests on the show clearly pointed out, that she is very judgmental. I shit you not. One of her male guests called her judgmental, but here she is proving his point entirely, while at the same time talking about how the single men in her comment section are judgmental. I swear to God, they think women like Kendra G think they can throw shit on people, but then get mad and be in their feelings when those same people throw shit right back at her. She can't take it when she receives that same energy that she gives out. But let's continue.
Number 2, you got a girl, you're not single, but you don't really like her. You settle. So you wish a woman like me could be your girl, baby. Ain't no.
Kids, this is what narcissism looks like. And apparently those men leaving negative comments really got Kendra G feeling herself up to the max. So Kendra G really think those men want her. Damn, narcissism over 9,000. She really is feeling herself. Kendra G, I'm pretty certain none of those men in the comments want you. In fact, I'll go ahead and say this. The only reason why those men are in your comments is to see your guests crashing out. No, they're not here for you. They're here for the comedy. Let's continue.
Gonna happen.
It's interesting how often these women will leave relationships claiming that their ex was narcissistic, and then you see the behavior within their egos and how they talk about themselves. No, Kendra.
How they feel in themselves.
Not waking up in the morning, down into your comment section, angry that they don't have a Kendra G. Age and lifestyle aside, what you have over most women.
And why would and the real question is, why would they even want a Kendra G? Why would they want a Kendra G who is 40 pushing 50, has a nasty attitude, and showing all the men just how much she can't tolerate them? But she got it in her head thinking that men want her. Girl, if you don't get the
There's money in the bank account, but as we know, most masculine men don't care about any of that. But one thing that they do care about when they want to take you serious is your modesty. If you out dressed like a street urchin, with your areolas about to pop out, just understand where that actually relegates you to, which is the streets. Let's go.
Find happiness with the one you got, okay? Number 3, you're broke. Okay.
Oh.
But here's the your fault.
Yo, sign language.
Hey, Kendra G, if you ever want to play Big Bank, Take Little Bank, we'll be more than happy to oblige.
Time management skills, because
Okay.
why are you online all day in women's comment sections you never gonna meet? Get out there and get some cash. Make something of yourself, okay?
Then why have a matchmaking show, Kendra G? Why host a dating show, Kendra G? If that's how you really feel. Oh, y'all online all day. Newsflash, Kendra G. Your show is not on TV. Your show is online. Your show is on the internet. That's why. And to be honest, and no, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this shit here. If Kendra G will ever have the opportunity to have her matchmaking show on TV, it'll probably be Comedy Central. It's more comedic than it is a matchmaking show anyway, but I digress. Let's continue.
Number 4, you have a small penis and your scheme is whack.
I know what she's doing.
She cheats on you or leaves you. Now that don't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and God. Ask him to make.
Okay, this reminds me of, I forgot the name of that female artist. But that reminds me of a song. Oh, I hope she cheats on you with a basketball player. I hope she cheats on you with a basketball player. And I believe one of her lyrics was, yes, I sound bitter, and I know I'm bitter, because I'm always bitter, because you are with her. Straight up. And this is how men will relay that message as. You talking about, he has a small meat stick, your girl cheating on you and all this type of stuff. Fellas, listen closely. When she says retarded fuck shit like that, you can tell that she is bitter as fuck. Yes, Kendra G, we know that you're bitter. And you're proving to us that you're bitter. And we can clearly see that you're bitter. And furthermore, it seems that you're trying to inject your own insecurities onto those men. Why? Because you yourself is single. Oh, never mind. You're single by choice. So yes, I know it pains you that there are men who are in relationships that's not giving you a chance. And the only man that ever gave you a chance was an African that scammed you out of your own goddamn money. Oops. Now you're trying to shame men who are single just like you, all because they leave in negative comments. Well, Kendra G, that there sounds like a you problem. And there are many matchmakers who have YouTube channels. Why they're not so sensitive about negative comments. In fact, why the vast majority of matchmakers ignore the negative comments. But not you, Kendra G. You want to let the whole entire world know just how butthurt, insecure, and sensitive you are when it comes to negative comments, and you're supposed to be a matchmaker. And for the record, Kendra G, by the way you acting like a straight up snowflake. Yes, right, Kendra G, you are a snowflake. Excuse me 1 second.
The term snowflake is often used as a slang or insult to describe someone who is overly sensitive, easily offended, believes they are unique or special in a self-important or fragile way, emotionally fragile or unable to handle opposing views.
Come on. So basically, Kendra G can't handle criticism, even when the criticism is not even insulting, derogatory, or even calling her out of her name. And no, Kendra G, not all negative comments are bad comments. But the fact that you, Kendra G, feel the need to shame and ad hominem attack these men because they not buying what they selling, got you feeling a certain kind of way. And you're supposed to be a popular public figure. You're supposed to be a successful public figure, but you're letting the negative comments get you all insecure. How fucking sad and pathetic. Let's continue.
It's going to make you more well endowed in the next lifetime, okay? Number 5, you're socially awkward. You don't know how to deal with women in real life, so you spend all day online engaging with them in arguments in the comment section.
Which is no different than women doing the same thing. Always online, all day, every day, engaging with men they don't like, all because they themselves are also socially awkward. And everybody's getting sick and tired of you women sitting there trying to make everything be about goddamn gender when y'all suffering the same when y'all have the same problems. Any more retarded fuck ass reasons, or you're done already, Kendra G?
And number 6, you are sex deprived. You can't get none. So you're frustrated. And that frustration got you typing all online all damn day. So there you have it. Those are the 6 categories that the negative men fall into in my comment section. So as you respond, because I know you will, just make sure you write which number category you belong to. Back to my fabulous Chicago day.
So
Okay. So Kendra G, let us now talk about you and which category you fall in. And yes, we got categories for you. 1, you're insecure, you're sensitive, you're emotional, which is why you're responding to men leaving negative comments on your channels and your goddamn feeds. That's right. That's right. You're so in your insecurities to the point to where any man leaves a negative comment, it hurts your feelings so much to the point to where you want to act like a baby, a spoiled child that didn't get the toy or candy bar you want. Category number 2. Speaking of insecurities, you're injecting your own insecurities onto these men because of your status in the relationship, single by choice. And that's both sad and pathetic. So just because you think these men are the way you presenting them, that makes it true, right? No. And rather, that says more about you more than the men leaving the negative comments. Category 3, you're one-sided. You are completely one-sided about your complaints. And yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute, fellas, because while she's whining and crying about men leaving negative comments on her channel, the women are also leaving negative comments on her channel, but she's scared to call them out. That's right. Kendra G has all the smoke for the men, but she don't have no smoke at all for the women doing the same thing. And yes, there are more women leaving negative comments on her channel more than the men. So why is Kendra G scared of those women and won't call them out? Oh, that's right, I forgot. Because her vast majority of supporters are women. And she's afraid that if she addresses those women leaving negative comments on her channel, that's going to affect her support. That's going to affect her cash flow. And just about everything else she says can also describe her to a T. And why is she so sexually insecure to the point to where she has to go on camera and try to paint this picture with a broad brush as if, oh, you all want Kendra G. Really? More like Kendra G is feeling herself. I guess being a narcissist does have its perks, huh? While being on camera, trying to show your sensitive parts to gain men's attention. The irony is lost on some people. Oh, these men want me while I barely got my melon sticking halfway out, just hoping for a man to come holler at me. I'm begging for men's attention with my melon sticking halfway out. Get the fuck out of here, Kendra G. Let's continue.
Before O'Shea gets into this and breaks this down, what she's actually doing is she's rage baiting. Have numbers gotten low over there? I mean, I don't know. We keep on doing reactions to this dusty ass shit. Hopefully that would help. But numbers must be getting low. So she's saying all of this sign language in order to stir controversy between people that watch her content. But the mindset outside of that is something that we've always said. Is that she has a dating show to not only satiate her own pockets and have a safe space for a lot of the bullshit that women go through and experience within their lives. She don't care about men, will continue to be ultra biased up against them for ones that provide commentary or criticism to the things that they see on their platform. She will continue to challenge men who claim that they've been through some type of S assault or S abuse. I've done a video on that. She will continue to act like a man that is looking for a poly relationship is somehow crazy or he shouldn't be allowed to do that. I got content on my channel about that.
And speaking of which, it's funny she feels that kind of way about a man who wants a polyamorous relationship. But as I recall, I made a reaction video of one of her guests on her dating show, in which I'll leave the link in the comments section of this video right here. But apparently, guess what? Her guest was an escort, which is a fancy word for prostitute, looking for a high value 6-figure man to be friends with while she goes around letting her clients smash her cheeks. And the fact that she also has 11 kids by so-called 2 different men. Isn't that considered an open relationship, let alone a polyamorous relationship? But when a man wants a polyamorous relationship, Kendra G feels a certain kind of way. Once again, the irony is lost on Kendra G here. Let's continue.
And at the same junction, delusional, irrational, and weirdo women, clown women, will call into the show and be screaming from the top of their lungs how they need a man to take advantage of into the future, treating him just like an ATM. I have a couple of videos that she did like that on the channel, and she'll have riveting conversations with them, taking them seriously. So you kick off the men, but the women, it's okay. These are the women that will establish misogyny within your comments or reactions, but they don't even know that the word misandry even exists. So I say to you guys, if you recognize the strategy and that she...
Whoa, here they come. Watch out, men, they'll chew you up. Oh, here they come. They some man haters. Oh, here they come. Watch out, boys, they'll chew you up. Oh, here they come. They are man haters. and Kendra G is the definition of a man hater. Let's continue.
Trying to rage and on clickbait. The biggest FU that you can ever give to a content creator is to just ignore them. But that's my quick 2 cents on it. Let's see the remainder.
As you can see, Kendra G said there are 6 types of men who come and leave comments negatively on her show or on her pages every day. And I want to talk about this. The first one is single and unhappy. I believe in this instance, if you comment negatively about what Kendra G is saying, you're single and unhappy and don't nobody want you. Yeah. And so who are you to be a single person making fun of somebody else who is single? This is the first thing that she said. Secondary,
in which Kendra G just contradicted herself because she herself is also single, making fun of other singles, making fun of single men, but she herself is single. So she completely contradicted herself making that statement. Let's continue.
She says this: you have a girlfriend, but you don't like her. And you want, and literally she said this, you want Kendra G as your girlfriend, but no, you'll never be able to have her. Let me just stop you right there.
No, I'm good.
I'm
good.
I know that you got a new opportunity, you got some money now, and you got some weave, and you got a nice body, and you don't put together or anything like that, okay? I can guarantee you, there's no man in America that wakes up, that's worth a hell of being, that says, you know, I wish that my girlfriend was Kendra G. I think if you believe that, I got a bridge I can sell you a little bit.
God, I hope not.
Okay, respect. Like I said, you're definitely not a bad looking lady at all. You definitely got it popping. You definitely take care of yourself. I see you when I say that. But nobody is thinking about you. Nobody goes to Instagram, and when we're looking for booty clapping content, says, "Let me go check out what Kendra G." All right, this is something that's quite delusional, and I see a lot of women that have some level of an inflated ego. And they tell themselves this. And of course, when she's saying this, she don't have any proof to back up any of these things. And of course, this is what I call IFE economics. I feel economics. So basically, whatever the hell you feel is something that you think exists and they don't. A lot of people tell themselves this and we call them delusional. Okay, these are people who hear sounds that are not there. People who are running and nobody is chasing them. Okay? That's what you are. Like Shannon Sharp told Jim Jones. When Jim Jones said, "I'm better than Nas," what did Shannon Sharp say? He said, "Man, what are you smoking?" Right? That's the same thing I would ask her. What are you smoking and where can I buy something? Okay? You're broke. So because you see Kendra G bring on somebody that's not making sense, and you comment on that,
it's got nothing to do with money.
Right? Even though the majority of the people that she brings on are broke.
Right? And once again, Kendra G doesn't. I'll tell you this, Kendra G. You don't want to play big bank, take little bank with us. Big bank, take little bank. Big bank, take little bank. Big bank, take little bank. That's one game you will lose off the gate. And for the record, Kendra G, since you want to talk about who's broke, aren't them bitter, dusty broads you have as guests on their show broke as well? Which is why they begging, pleading, and praying to the Lord that they get a 6-figure, high-value man. Why don't they got money of their own? Why they begging for a man who is 6 figures or millionaires or billionaires to get into a relationship with? Because they broke. Why you want to talk about how men are broke? Those same men that you want, you yourself, Kendra G, want them to get these women a chance. Make the retarded logic make sense here.
You bring on a substantial amount of people who are broke, not by our own admission, but by their own admission. They're already down bad, according to them. Okay. You have a small penis,
and that's the thing too. That's the thing as well. Is that she's talking so ill about the potential customers within the dating app, which should let you know that she really don't give a F about you, right? And the more men that see kind of this clapback, ratchet behavior, it devalues the brand. So then men of value and distinction would never call into the show because they're looking at the host and the way that she represents herself and the way that she talks to people and will decide otherwise. People always used to question, whether or not Kevin Samuels used fake people, actors, actresses, and no, they were all real people. But it's because the words that he was using, the brand that he represented, right? Like Kevin would never get up on here and just start talking about all of the women that's down up in the comment section. Like this shit is dusty ass shit. This shit is low barometer ass shit. So no wonder that the conversations are often so ridiculous and low barometer. Let's go.
This is also the reason why, out of all the guests Kendra G had on her show, she only has 2 success stories, in which even those 2 success stories are questionable. And most of the times, the women she has guests that usually come on the show always return back on her show with complaints about the people they match with. Oh, it didn't work out. He was this, he was that, he was the third. But then to turn around and belittle those same men that she should be looking at as customers, the same men that she wants that give these women she has as guests on her show a chance, that right there is bad for business. Because without those men, how would her Kendra G dating singles dating app will jump off if she shames and ad hominem attacks all these men from downloading it, from downloading the app to registering and giving her guests a chance. I mean, at this point, Kendra G just might have to switch up her business game and say Kendra G dating app for lesbians. If all she's gonna do is chase those men off. I mean, this shit is so fucking ridiculous. Let's continue.
To see what they done.
Bro.
I mean, what did you do? Did you pull it down? Let me smell it. Like, what did you do? I need to know. Did you go and look at everybody who's hating on you and pull? Like, this is why I used to get upset when women would say stuff like this until I realized that women that talk like this, they just don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know how the world works.
What you have to do is
Yeah.
only God can help them. That is exactly why. At my age, when I hear this, I'm like, oh, shit, what you talking about? I don't even get mad no more. I'm like,
Nope.
okay, God bless her heart. Yeah, there's something wrong with her. That's all I would say. Yeah, something is wrong with her. Let me go somewhere else. That's all I'm gonna say. First of all, you can have a penis that is small or that is big or that is whatever.
It got nothing to do with the argument.
Still cheat on you. You can have all this stuff, okay? Somebody who's gonna cheat is going to cheat. It's not going.
Straight up, O'Shea. O'Shea ain't lying too. Oh, your woman cheats on you because you have a small meat stick. Dude, they got men who have horse link meat sticks and still get cheated on. But then again, but then again, this is Kendra G showing the world how insecure she is. She's showing the world how bitter she is because her ass is single. Her ass can't get a man. And the man that she did have scammed her ass. So now she's injecting her insecurities out on these men.
Bluetooth pairing.
The women that goes around trying to shame men for the size of their package are the same women who get so emotional and so triggered if you tell them that their box between their legs is like a 757 flying through the Grand Canyon. Or you say their box is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Or they got loose pussy. Yeah, it's funny when they shame men's sexuality, but put theirs into question, oh, they will catch feelings. And this is how Kendra G is coming off as. This is the reason why she's so bitter. She's so bitter, so butthurt, so triggered, that it gets down to a point to where she will sit there and say, oh, your girl must be cheating on you with another man because I can't get a man. And that's about the size of it. Let's continue.
Cheat is going to cheat. It's not going to matter that you have a big penis. That's one of the worst shaming tactics and one of the most untrue things on planet Earth. Okay? So why are you faithful to my husband? If you ask a woman, why are you faithful to your husband? Oh, okay. Because he got a big penis. Well, how do you even know he got that until you start going on a date with him and liking him? That's when you find out. What? How many of us can just show up and be like, boop, hey, want to date me? No. They'll call the cops on your ass. Just go somewhere right now and just pull your thing out. Just and see what happens. Just go try it. You ain't got to believe me. Go to anybody on a dating app or whatever and just, boop, Facebook dating. See what happens. They will block your ass so fast and report you. You can't, this is why you need help, Kendra G. You need the Lord Jesus Christ in your life. You need to get in the choir stand. Shut this stuff down and go and join the choir. She says you're socially awkward. Now, a lot of people can be socially awkward without even commenting on your video. If they were socially awkward, it just could be the case, but that doesn't mean that they're socially awkward because they're commenting on Kendra G show, okay? A lot of people were socially awkward before they met your show. And so because they're socially awkward, they may or may not comment. So we can't prove that. Then 6, you're surprised. Now, this may also be true, but it could also not be true. Now, I don't comment on your videos. I make videos usually about what y'all talking about and make money from it, and then you say that dudes who do that are the same way. Content creators who do that are lame. And I can tell you that over here at Clapathon Tech, we clap. Okay?
Straight up, O'Shea. Clapathon Network in full effect over here, too. When it all boils down to it, Kendra G is thin-skinned. In other words, Kendra G, what JD Miles over here is saying is, you're not built for this. No, you're not built for this. And yeah, we get it. You want to be controversial, but controversial isn't your stick. So Kendra G, do everyone a favor and stick to matchmaking. Stick to trying to get these dusty females a date. Because you being controversial is not going to help you one bit. In fact, as I told you before, what you're doing right here is bad for your business. Driving men away while at the same time trying to help these women get men to get into a relationship with. That's bad. That's what you're doing is bad for business. I can't stress that enough. Let's continue.
In fact, you reacting to your videos, that's helping me overbuild the Clapathon Tech Library. Thank you. Now, let me just go ahead and talk about the one thing that she's not talking about. She's talking about the men that leave egregious comments. But I have some evidence today, black men. I want you to look at this video. I did a reaction to this video. There was a video where a lady came on that was 73 years old. This lady was 73 and booty clapping it up. Okay? Not really, but she was trying.
And fellas, this is what Kendra G has to offer. This is what Kendra G has to offer. Women past their prime, no spring chickens, once again into a relationship with baggage, multiple kids by multiple men, mentally and emotionally damaged, high demanding, and expecting men who are worth their value to give them a chance. Some of which spent their entire prime wilding out and living up, and now that they've reached that point of age to where they're now feeling the cold. Excuse me. Now they reach a certain age to where now they feel in the cold. Now they want a man of high value, 6 figures, had their shit together, living a lavish lifestyle to get into a relationship with. That's the only thing Kendra G has to offer, because I can tell you this. I ain't no matchmaker, but if I ever wanted to be a matchmaker, even I understand that the women that these men want, they wouldn't be on dating sites, because dating sites is their last desperate attempt to get into a relationship. Yeah, Kendra G, I know this shit hurts, but it's the truth. Why else are they on your dating show? Because they having no luck getting it, trying to get a man to be in a relationship on their own, and some of which completely messed up all their opportunities, and now in the most dustiest positions ever, hoping that a man worth their salt will give them a chance. Yes, Kendra G, I know it hurts. Let's continue.
The name of the show was Brace Yourself Guest Update. She's 73 and doesn't want anyone her age. Things almost went left. This is her second time coming on the show. At a point, Kendra G encourages her, or she gets up there and starts twerking. Kendra G is laughing at her. This old lady, 73, who ain't had a husband in like 25 years, rude as hell. She starts twerking. This is what you're seeing in the background. I don't know if you want to call that a twerk or a back hurting or whatever. Okay? So I said, let me look at what the women are saying on the page.
This is my point exactly.
And what the women were saying was as equally as bad as what the men were saying. And this is every video you can see. Women roasting women. Let's look at it. Here. You have bossy buns. Shaking that back and bag of bones was so uncalled for. And
I've said this before on the platform. I will continue to maintain this. Women will tear down women way more and way often and with way more precision than a man. But again,
facts. And yes, I've seen Kendra G's comments. There are more women leaving negative comments on her channel more than the men. There are more women on her channel leaving comments completely dogging than men. So where are the videos of Kendra G going after the women doing the same thing that she accuses the men of doing? Okay then, let's continue.
And she takes the opportunity to project her own singleness, her own trauma into the comments of just the men down up in the comment section. But she'll encourage this ratchet ass, dusty ass behavior with the women that call in. But again, the men that are voicing their concerns in regards to shit need not apply. Shaking that back and bag of bones was uncalled for.
Woman saying that. This by far was the worst comment. That's the woman. Look at her, you can tell that's the woman. Okay? Hold on. This person goes, I was thinking why she has so
But wait, there's more.
So much attitude at her big age. She said she's from Lancaster, California, and it all makes so much sense. So now if you're from Lancaster or LA County, you got a bad attitude. That's black woman. She ate Kendrick up. Now stop the show. That's Pretty Denisha calling you Kendrick and not Kendrick. So she called you a man. Not any man in that comment section called you Kendrick, but she did. That's woman.
Now you see, and the thing, Kendra G trying to say these men leaving negative comments on her channel is embarrassing. No, Kendra G. No, Kendra G. A woman calling you Kendrick and referring to you as a man doesn't get any more embarrassing than that. And keep this in mind, Kendra G. This is a woman calling you a man. Not a man calling you a man, a woman calling you a man. Where's your smoke? Let's continue.
Pretty Denisha called you Kendrick and you said nothing about that. Okay? Not even the content creators call you something like that. Oh, there's more. Respectfully, something isn't adding up. She may be a little off. This is a woman, again, seeing that she's damn near lightweight insane. That hairstyle is not becoming of her. Hopefully, she will look at the comments respectfully. This Miss Richardson forever. So basically, another woman is saying she should look in the comment section so she can see how she's getting roasted up by who? Women and men. But you know who are the ones talking about going into real details? Being fast
women.
Commentary?
Women
are very detail oriented when they roast them, when they talking about it. Men, they talking about becoming of her. That is something a woman would say because she paid attention. So that's her saying you're getting your ass roasted up, getting cooked. There's more. She reminds me of those older ladies that automatically hate people who are belated and flourishing in their youth. Backhanded compliments and will try to undermine anything you say or do. Oh, well, I wouldn't know that because I'm not a woman, but Tracy does. And that's another woman for your ass. Kendra, like really. Okay, you bring these people onto your show and they get thoroughly embarrassed because of the kind of platform that you run. You know that these people are going to be embarrassed by what they do, what you ask them, the Kendra cam. You know they're down bad, and people are watching you like we watch Netflix. It is a crash out, okay? And people come for the crash outs, and you created the environment.
Straight up. They ain't coming for you. They ain't coming to see you, Kendra G. They're coming to see your guests crash out. That's the reason why your show is popular. But this is what happens when you don't do self-reflecting. But instead you think that Just because you're popular, you're successful, you're a public figure, doesn't mean you are without flaws yourself, Kendra G. Yeah, I remember growing up what my elders used to say. Everybody wants to put mirrors in other people's faces, trying to point out their faults. But you, Kendra G, is scared but you, Kendra G, is scared to take that same mirror and point it directly at yourself. You want to point out the faults of others, but you're scared to face your own faults. This is why you have such an issue with men, Kendra G, which also explains why you decided to be single by choice. You decided not to have a man yourself. You decided not to get into a relationship. But here you are trying to be a matchmaker while shaming men for not being interested in the dusty females you have as guests on your show. Again, Kendra G, this is a you problem. Not the men in your comment section problem, a you problem. And I'm going to stop it right here. And this is the reason why I can't take matchmakers like Kendra G seriously. You're trying to match people up, but you're not leading. She wants to match people up, but she's not leading by example. Shoot, I got more respect for matchmakers who are not only helping others get into a relationship, but also practicing what they preach, Kendra G. They themselves are also in a relationship. And as I told you before, I got more respect for the host of the Pop the Balloon to Find Love over you any day. Murray not only has a man, but she is married and hosting a dating show. You, Kendra G, is single by choice, and you trying to run a dating show, but out of all the people you have on the show, the only thing you have to show for it is 2 successes. And what's Kendra G? Here's some expert matchmaking advice for you. And this is coming from actual matchmakers I know. Your success is not determined whether or not your guest goes on dates, gets into a relationship. In fact, they even went the extra mile to say that a matchmaker's success is not determined on marriage either. Dating, relationship, marriage, that doesn't equal success for a matchmaker. Those are the rungs on the ladder to success. Do you know what the actual success of a matchmaker is, Kendra G? They go through all that, have a family, and they show it. So by the end of the day, your success is not determined on whether or not your guest goes on dates, gets into relationships, or even gets married. It all comes down to the fact that if they could do all that and have the results of a family, if they could date, they could get into relationships, they get married, they have children, and they stay together as a family, that is the true success of a matchmaker. And that's off the gate. But I said enough. And once again, shout out to MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, and a shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. If y'all want to watch their videos in its entirety, I'll leave the link to their full videos in the comment section. Go check them out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. As well as I'm going to post a link to a previous video in the comment section as well. But with that being said, I said what I have to say. I'm done with Kendra G and her man-hating attitude, and I'm out this bitch. Later.